The harvest is plentiful. They tell us that only about 200 million people lived on planet Earth in Jesus' day. We will soon pass the 8 billion mark in terms of the number of people that live on planet Earth today. 8 billion souls that need Christ. Just this week I read that approximately of those 8 billion souls, 2 billion people on planet Earth have absolutely no gospel witness. Think about that. 2 billion people have no gospel witness. They have no Christians they know, no Bibles they can read, no churches they can attend. They have no gospel witness. And it's our job to get the gospel to them. I also read not that long ago that they estimate that in all of the existence of planet Earth, about 100 billion souls have ever lived on planet Earth. 100 billion. And 8 billion are living right now. Think about that. 8% of the people that have ever walked this planet are living right now. So whose job is it to get the gospel to them? It's not the last generation's job. It's not the next generation's job. It's our generation's job to take the gospel to them. The size of the harvest ought to give us a sense of urgency of getting to the gospel to them as soon as we can. One of my predecessors at Baptist Mid-Missions used to put it this way: the good news is only the good news if it gets there in time. The good news is only the good news if it gets there in time. And may we as believers have a sense of urgency and a spirit of excitement to reach souls for Christ. And yet at times I wonder if that's true of us. I wonder if that's true of the American church as a whole. They tell us that 80% of churches in North America are either plateaued or declining. And that only 1% of churches in North America are growing because of conversion growth, growing because they're reaching people for Christ. The size of the harvest demands a spirit of excitement and a sense of urgency. So where does that come from? Can you just, suddenly produce this spirit of excitement and sense of urgency? Well, I think it comes from what the text says about Jesus. Notice how Jesus is described in verse 36 when it says this: when he saw the crowds, he had what? Compassion for them. So this spirit, this sense, it's fueled by compassion for souls. And it's not just a compassion for souls in terms of globally, it's a compassion for souls in terms of individually. So that urgency, that compassion for the multitudes must become compassion for the individuals. In other words, the people that you rub shoulders with, that you go to school with, that you work with, that live across the street from you, that you're maybe in your family that are lost and need Christ. It can't be just that we would have a passion for someone that lives across the planet. Because you're never going to take the gospel across the planet if you won't take the gospel across the street. That's our own personal responsibility. And so today, as you think about your own burden and passion, is there in your heart a spirit of excitement and a sense of urgency to reach the lost for Christ? The size of the harvest ought to compel us to that.